Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're going to be looking at the Gold IRA blueprint.
Yeah.
This is a guide that's all about gold IRAs
Yes.
for retirement and how they can benefit you
That's right.
and how to choose the right provider and things like that.
Exactly.
So with that said,
Mm-hmm.
if you want to follow along with this guide yourself,
Mm-hmm.
you can visit goldirablueprint.com/exclusive.
Yep. Yeah.
And there they have a free checklist that will help you choose the right gold IRA company.
Yep. That's right.
So with that said, let's just jump right into it.
Sounds good.
What is a gold IRA?
Well, a
Right.
gold IRA is very similar to a traditional IRA,
Okay.
but instead of investing in stocks and bonds,
Right.
you're investing in physical gold and silver and other precious
Oh,
metals.
so it's actual physical gold.
It is.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not just like a,
It's not like a stock or anything.
yeah, like an ETF or some kind of fund.
Yeah, you're actually holding physical gold.
That's interesting. Okay. So why would somebody consider a gold IRA transfer?
So a lot of people choose to transfer to a gold IRA
Okay.
because they're looking for a little bit more stability in their portfolio,
Okay.
and gold has a long history of holding its value,
Mhm.
and they're a little bit concerned about maybe market volatility or inflation or
Right.
things.
The
like
dollar
that.
going down.
Yeah.
The
because-
value going down.
Oh, okay.
Compared to something that's a little bit more tangible.
Yeah, you have something tangible that you can hold.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. So
Mhm.
how do you actually roll over your current IRA into a gold IRA?
Okay, so the process is fairly straightforward.
Okay.
Basically, there are four main steps.
Okay.
The first step is to contact your current IRA provider.
Okay.
Let them know that you want to transfer your funds
Gotcha.
to a gold IRA.
Yeah.
They'll give you some paperwork to fill out.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to submit that paperwork to your new gold IRA provider.
And then you're just going to wait for the transfer to be completed.
Okay, and is it going to be like a direct transfer? Or are they going to cut me a check and I got to deposit it? Or
No, it's a direct transfer.
Okay,
So you don't have to worry about any of that.
that's good.
And typically there are some fees associated with the transfer,
Okay.
but they're usually pretty minimal.
So I shouldn't have to worry about like tax implications or anything like that.
You should talk to a tax professional to make sure. But typically it's a
Yeah.
pretty simple process.
Okay. So what are the benefits of having a gold IRA account?
Well, like we talked about a little bit before, gold can offer some stability and security
Right.
in uncertain times. It's also a hedge against inflation,
Right.
and it can provide some tax advantages as well.
Okay. And so I guess emotionally too,
Right.
there's a benefit to like
For sure.
seeing the price of gold go up or just holding something that's tangible that, absolutely. A lot of people just feel more comfortable knowing that they have some hard assets in their portfolio.
Absolutely. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
choosing the right gold IRA company.
Yes, that's very important.
I mentioned there's a lot of different ones out there.
There are a lot. So you want to do your research.
Yeah.
Check out their reputation, see what other customers are saying,
Mm-hmm.
compare prices, make sure you understand the fees.
Right.
And
Like read the fine print,
so
basically.
read the fine print. Yeah, absolutely.
Don't get scammed.
Exactly.
All right. So
Mm-hmm.
what about gold IRA investments? Like,
Yeah.
what should we know about that?
When you're choosing your investments, you want to think about, what your goals are,
Okay.
what your risk tolerance is.
Yeah.
Gold is typically a long-term investment,
Right. So,
not get-rich-quick scheme.
no.
Okay.
You want to be in it for the long haul.
All right. So what about physical gold?
Physical gold.
Sorry. That's what we're talking about here.
Yeah.
With a gold IRA.
Right.
It's a tangible asset.
Sure.
It's
Yeah.
something that you can hold.
It's real.
Yeah, it's real.
Okay. So
You have to decide where you're going to store it, though.
Okay. Where do you?
You can store it at home.
Okay.
You can store it in a safe deposit box.
Right.
Or you can use a private storage company.
Yeah. It seems like there's advantages and disadvantages to each of those.
Yeah, there are definitely things to consider.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What about self-directed IRAs?
So self-directed IRAs
Yes.
are a little bit different than a traditional gold IRA.
Okay.
They give you a lot more control
Mhm.
over your investments.
Okay.
So you can invest in things like real estate,
Oh,
LLCs,
interesting.
Well-
So more than just precious metals.
more than just precious metals. Yeah.
Interesting.
So it's something to look into.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
this has been really interesting.
Yeah.
I'm definitely learning a lot about gold IRAs.
I'm glad.
And I feel like
Yeah,
we've covered a lot of ground here, but I'm sure there's still a lot more to go over.
there is.
So we'll be right back
Okay.
with more on gold IRAs.
Sounds good.
All right, so we're back, and we're continuing this deep dive
Yes.
on gold IRAs.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things that I was reading about
Yeah.
in this blueprint was self-directed IRAs.
Okay.
So how do those differ from like a traditional gold IRA?
So a self-directed IRA is, it gives you a lot more control
Okay.
over your investment. So with a gold IRA,
Mm-hmm.
you're limited to investing in precious metals.
Okay.
But with a self-directed IRA, you can invest in other things as well.
Okay, so it's more broad.
It is.
What kind of other things can you invest in?
You can invest in real estate.
Okay.
You can invest in LLCs.
Interesting.
There's a lot more options.
Okay, so more flexibility.
Yeah.
Okay, so what about silver?
Silver.
Yeah, I mean,
So silver is another precious metal that you can invest in.
okay.
It's a lot like gold in a lot of ways.
Okay.
It's a hedge against inflation.
Oh.
It's a tangible asset.
Mm-hmm.
And, it's something that you can hold.
Okay, so it has a lot of the same properties as gold.
It does, yeah.
Okay. And are there any specific advantages to silver over gold or vice versa?
Well, silver is a little bit more affordable than gold right now.
Okay, so it's more accessible.
It is, yeah.
Okay, so it's maybe a good entry point.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. So, we've been talking a lot about gold and silver and IRAs and all this stuff.
Yeah.
But, for someone listening to this,
Mm-hmm.
what is the main, problem that this is trying to solve for the average American?
Right. So a lot of Americans are worried about their retirement.
Okay.
They're worried about inflation. They're worried about the stock market.
Yeah.
They're worried about the value of the dollar going down.
Right.
So they're looking for a way to protect their savings. And a gold IRA can be a good way to do that.
Okay, so it's like a safe haven
It is.
for the money.
That's a good way to put it.
Okay. So we talked about choosing the right gold IRA company earlier.
Mm-hmm.
What are some red flags that people should watch out for?
Okay. So one red flag is if a company is not very transparent
Okay.
about their fees.
Right.
You want to make sure that you understand exactly what you're paying for.
Yeah, you don't want any hidden fees or anything.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
Another red flag is if a company is pressuring you
Okay.
to make a decision quickly.
Mm-hmm.
You want to take your time,
Right.
do your research.
Yeah, don't feel rushed.
Don't feel rushed, exactly.
Okay. So I know that the Gold IRA Blueprint recommends Augusta Precious Metals.
Yes.
What makes them a good choice?
So Augusta Precious Metals has a really good reputation in the industry.
Mm-hmm.
They're very transparent about their fees.
Yeah.
They have excellent customer service, and they're really committed to educating their customers.
Okay, so they're not just trying to make a quick buck. They're trying to actually help people.
They're really trying to help people.
Okay. So for people who want to learn more about this or start this process, the Gold IRA Blueprint has a free checklist
They do.
that they can download
Yeah,
to help them choose the right company.
that's right.
And they can find that at goldirablueprint.com/exclusive.
Yep.
Okay. So what's next? What are we going to talk about next?
Well, there's still a lot more to cover.
Okay. About gold IRAs.
Yeah, we're going to talk about some of the tax implications.
Okay.
And some of the other things that you need to know.
Okay. Well, let's take a quick break.
Okay.
And we'll be right back with more on gold IRAs. Okay, so we are back, and we've covered a lot of ground.
We have.
But one thing that I wanted to touch on before we wrap up is the tax implications of gold and silver coins.
Okay.
The guide mentioned something about tax benefits. Can you elaborate on that a little bit?
Yeah, so certain types of gold and silver coins that are held in an IRA, they might be exempt from capital gains taxes.
Oh, so there's a tax advantage.
Yeah, there can be.
To holding the physical coins?
Yeah.
As opposed to like an ETF or something?
You definitely want to talk to a tax professional.
Right, of course.
To get specific advice for your situation.
Yeah, always good to consult with a professional.
Yeah.
Okay. So any other risks or drawbacks that we should be aware of?
Well, one thing to keep in mind is that the price of gold can fluctuate.
Okay.
So, it's not a guaranteed return.
Right. It's not like a savings account.
No, it's not a savings account.
Right.
But over the long term, gold has tended to hold its value pretty well.
Okay. So it's more of a long term.
Yeah, it's a long-term investment.
Okay. So it's not like a get-rich-quick scheme or anything like that.
No, not at all.
Okay.
It's about preserving your wealth.
Okay.
over the long term.
All right. Well, very good. I think, we've covered a lot of ground here today.
We have.
About gold IRAs.
Yes.
And for those who are listening and want to learn more or take that next step, they can go to goldirablueprint.com/exclusive.
That's right.
Download that free checklist.
Yep.
And
yeah, that's a great resource.
Yeah. And learn more about gold IRAs and how they can benefit you.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
On this deep dive into the gold IRA blueprint.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll see you next time.
Sounds good.